guys, May here, and today I am starting a new segment. I'm going to try to do this every single month. Obviously, this past month is not a real normal month for me, so trying to do this thing where I feel like every time I talk about an album, it's just like super fast, or like I don't actually have time to sit down and talk about albums. But I feel like now that I'm graduating and I might have like a little more time, at least in the evenings and for the first couple of weeks when I'm home, that I would start trying to do something where I talk about the albums that I received during the month at the end of the month in a video where I can actually like sit down and talk about them. I have most of the albums I got in March, couple that I got in April. I'm not really sure like what this month is going to count as, or where I'm gonna cut off right here, but I probably won't do another one of these until I get home in May, or I don't know how often I'll do these. I've been like put off from doing these kinds of videos because a lot of other YouTubers do these kinds of videos, because I don't really buy as much during the month as like other people. So I feel like it's actually better though, because then I can actually sit down and talk about these albums and be like, oh yeah, like this is what I really liked from this album, this is what I really didn't like from this album, because I have had time to listen to everything here. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with this. I have some albums from February, so I'm gonna start with those. And the first album I have is Victon's second mini album, this is called Ready, not Are You Ready? But yes, I have Victon's album here. I said in my end of the year kind of video that I chose Pentagon as like my favorite rookies because they had already released 2 albums and I had like a very good idea of what their music sounded like compared to Victon, because Victon's first album was not like my absolute favorite thing in the world, but I still thought it was really good. This is really good. I am actually obsessed with all of these songs, but my favorite is by far Sunrise. I think Eyes is a much better title track than Amugoto and Chok. So Bad has been my second favorite. That's the second or the 4th song on this album. But I'm really happy that I bought this album and that Victon tried to do something a little different for this album. And that they switched up their concept a little bit. I think that they're really trying to figure out like what kind of concept suits them the absolute best. Look, you can see it because the lighting in here is not terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. And then we went on to the girl groups. The first one that got released between the 2 girl groups that I really enjoyed at the end of the month was Lovelyz Are You Ready? And of course, I've been listening to this album a lot recently. Definitely my favorite songs from this are Night and Day. It's just like a really kind of a song that you wouldn't expect to come from Lovelyz, to be honest. I've been listening to The a lot, I've been listening to Night and Day a lot, I've been listening to Emotion a lot. Cameo was the song that they performed alongside with Wow for a while, so I've been listening to that song a lot too. And I really just enjoyed this entire comeback from Lovelyz. I'm really excited to see what the repack has in store. I'm very excited to have it. I like the packaging for this. I like the packaging for Victon too, for sure, but I don't like how it's not the same as their first full-length album. Because Infinite is very consistent, but they've become less consistent as they've gotten older. And I feel like Lovelyz, even though they're not that old, are already being inconsistent. And it's so sad because my Infinite albums look so beautiful together on the shelf because they're always the same size, and my Lovelyz albums look less beautiful together. But they're all really bright and pretty colors, and all of Infinite's albums are white and black, so it works. The other album that came out was Gugudan's second mini album, and I've been listening to this album a decent amount. Besides Rainbow and the title track, I'm not a crazy fan of any of the songs on it, which is actually a little disappointing because I loved the non-titles on their first mini album, but I loved the title track from this album way more than their first mini album, so I'm sad that that disappointed me, that like the non-title disappointed me for this. The thing that bugs me about this packaging though is that it's almost the same size as their first album. Almost. It's not exactly the same size. One of them, I can't remember which one at the moment, is a little bigger, which is so annoying. Why wouldn't they just make them the same size? And then I'm going to try to go in chronological order a little bit. So it would be these 3 all came out on the same day. But we'll start with Soyoja Chingu. This is their 4th mini album, The Awakening. This is the military version. First of all, this is really interesting. I am not a big fan of Fingertip. I like it, but compared to every single other song they've ever released, it's definitely my least favorite, which is a little disappointing because I feel like they were gone for so long that you would think they'd come back and the concept would be amazing and it would blow me away, and it just didn't. And I'm upset about that, but I still really like this album. Still really like the concept for the girls. I think that the hair changes and doing a more mature concept was a really good step for Gfriend. I almost just called them Lovelyz, for Gfriend, because they've just been known as those like cute girls for so long, but I feel like the change happened after such a long hiatus that people are a little, I don't know. I just feel like I haven't heard about this that much in Korea. Like, it's just kind of, you know, and that's a little disappointing that this happened because they used to win like 15, 16 times, but also that was during like a not super competitive time, and it's definitely like there is no non-competitive time right now. It's actually insane. I really like Please Save My Earth and Rain in the Springtime. Those are really good songs. Those came up like randomly while I was driving and I was like, whoa, those are really good songs. This packaging is also my least favorite packaging in the entire world. I hate the jewel case and the photo book with the slipcover packaging so much. I like could literally make an entire video talking about how I hate that. Then on that same day, BTOB released their 10th mini album. 10 mini albums. Feel 'em. And I feel like I haven't really had a chance to let this album sink in yet. And I don't know a lot about it. Someday is really pretty. I agree with that. And rock and hip hop is a very different kind of song for BTOB, which is really nice actually to hear. This whole concept is really nice. The whole packaging for this after their 9th mini album, I'm so happy it's just in a normal book packaging. Like, can't even express how much I disliked their last packaging. It ended up working pretty well on my shelf, but now I'm gonna have to put this next to it and it's gonna slant. It's gonna be so annoying and it's gonna slant. I feel like this is a very BTOB album. They did the whole CD plate thing, which I got in Kwangs if you haven't seen my unboxing. The only thing I didn't like, the photo card's not here anymore, but the photo card was right here, which is like, why would you do that to a K-pop album? Why would you put the photo card on a plastic, or not plastic, this is paper, like a paper slip that literally comes off? Like, I feel like that's the worst absolute place to put the photo card. Just stick it in the photo book. It's not that hard. And then the next thing that came out was Rose by B.A.P. Oh my god. I have both versions of this. I just didn't feel like bringing both of them over here. My other one is sitting where I keep the rest of my albums. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Diamond For Ya is a really chill song. I really like it. And then Dystopia, I was expecting to be a ballad because usually they perform, like on single albums, I feel like you'll perform the song that's like not the ballad and then the other song will be like the ballad of the album. But there really isn't a ballad of the album on this album, which is really interesting. This comeback is extremely important for B.A.P. I love everything about this. I was going to react to it and then I just didn't get a chance to, and I was like, man, I really just want to watch it. It was like 1 in the morning or something, and I was like, I just really want to watch it. I don't want to wait like until tomorrow when I get home from class to react to this. This photo book is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. GOT7's arrival. So first of all, this packaging annoys me to no end. Absolutely annoys me. GOT7's packaging is always like super extra and super unnecessary, and I always feel like JYP's trying to be like, yeah, look at this super thick box, and I'm like, I don't want a big box. Like, why can't you give me this? Like, I'm trying to avoid buying another shelf. Why do you have to do this to me? I wanted to buy the green version because I don't own a lot of green K-pop albums, but it was sold out on KRY CD when I was buying it, and I was like, you know, I really didn't care which version I got, so I ended up buying this version. The thing I don't like about this packaging is the, like, it's kind of hard to tell if you're, oh, you can tell this way. You see how there's like 3 layers of photo book? Like, is that really necessary? That's like what I'm saying. Like, there's always something about GOT7's packaging. I'm like, you're doing too much, JYP. Like, you're doing too much. You need to calm down a little bit. The songs in this, however, are very good, as always. I loved every part of the Flight Love trilogy. I think Paradise is my favorite song, but I randomly just want to listen to Shopping Mall. I don't even know what it is. The first time I heard Shopping Mall, I was like pretty mad about it, and now I'm like, be walking around and be like, I want to listen to Shopping Mall, like, that's such a good song. A lot of the songs on this album that are like hype me up kind of songs, I'm not really that interested in, and I'm not really sure if it's just that time of year that I'm like, ballads to calm me down or like, you know, kind of thing. But I've been listening to upbeat songs on other albums, so I don't really know what it is about the upbeat songs on this album that I'm just not a huge fan of. But Paradise, Sign, Shopping Mall, they're more mellow songs compared to like Out, Go Higher, but yeah, I'm very happy that GOT7 released their final part of the trilogy. There's rumors that there's going to be like another part, and I'm really just kind of looking for them to rest for a minute because they're just all like very tired at this point in time. Very exciting things happened after my spring break. That happened during my spring break in March. And I got Monsta X's album. I start with this one. Monsta X released their first full-length album, Beautiful. Why is this not topping the charts everywhere? It was like when this got released and I was like, why is this not like winning #1 on every single thing possible? They just beat themselves up so much about not winning, and it's, oh, it makes me so sad. I have all 3 versions of this. Just didn't want to bring them over here because they're pretty bulky and heavy. This is probably the bulkiest, this is the bulkiest Monsta X thing that I own. And that's fine by me. I meant to buy some signed versions of this, but I never got around to it, so I might order one later on, like after all of the meet and greet orders come in and somebody's selling their extras. I might go ahead and pick one up. But for right now, I'm pretty happy just having these 3 versions of it. There's a lot in these like albums. Did they need to be this bulky? No. Why do you gotta put things in boxes? There's also gonna be a repack of this album at some point. Oh, also, I changed all of my like top postcards on all 3 of my versions to my favorite Wano postcard because that's how terrible I am. And then my one in the subunit version is Wano and I Am because those are my top 2 and they had postcards together. The stickers were so pointless. They were so pointless. I hate stickers in K-pop albums. But there is a little bit of space up here. But I do like the use of putting the credits on the front of the box, which is really nice. But this album actually overall is so quality. I can't even begin to explain how much I love this entire album. There's songs that I like more than others on certain days. There's songs that I'm like, oh, you know, I'm not really in the mood to listen to this kind of song, but I listen to this kind of song. Monsta X's albums always, 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 I feel like I say this all the time, have so much variety on them that there's just, you don't need to listen to anything else. Literally, you don't. So Ready or Not, I was like, if this is not a full-length song, I am literally going to fly to Korea and make it a full-length song because I need it to be a full-length song, but it is. So I'm obsessed with that. Incomparable, I like how that song starts with the word 아름다워 because it's right after the title track. So you're just like done listening to a song that's called Beautiful and then you hear the word 아름다워. I think it's Shonu who sings it. Need You is a really cute song. I love that song. It's just so adorable. OI is definitely my favorite, 100% my favorite. Wano made the song. You did good. You did good. Miss You is so like, it's more mellow, so on certain days when I'm not in like an OI mood. Calm Down is kind of the same mood as like Ready or Not or OI. So I'll listen to those songs together usually. All I Do is so pretty. I love that song so much. 514 Last Page, also made by Wano. Which one's the one made by Chuhan? Oh, it's Miss You. He participates in his rap all the time, but this is like more than just that. I'll Be There is probably the song I listen to the least, I would say. It's also a Wano song, which I do enjoy, but it's just probably like not my, like, it's my least favorite. And I say that like in a way saying that I really enjoy it. I just listen to it the least. But yeah, I've started the process of trading for all of the Wano things in this album, and I'm excited by how much I've already done, but I'm also dreading how much I still need to do because there's a lot of things, and I feel like people aren't trading their transparent cards that much. Trade me your transparent cards. I want all of Wano's. And then the final album that I got was Pristin, and I got both of their albums because in my rules video I said that I would only buy 1 copy of a debut album unless it was from Jellyfish Entertainment, Woollim Entertainment, or Pledis Entertainment, because those are the companies that I like stan everybody from that company. So when they debut a new artist, I'm like super excited about it. Some of these girls I've literally known for years, and it's gonna be like when Woollim Boys and Woollim Girls debut. Like if there's multiple versions, I don't care. I need all of them. I feel like this debut initially disappointed a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. And I watched the music video and I was like, oh, this is not a good song. My opinion has greatly changed. I think it's the live performances that helped me with that. From this mini album though, I enjoy We, which has been released before. I enjoy Over and Over and Black Widow, and then I also enjoy Woo. I listen to that quite a bit. Yeah, it's interesting because initially I was not really a fan of anything on this album, and then I was like, oh, I'm actually like pretty disappointed about this, but I really like this album now. and all the songs were made by the members. It wasn't the member, it's probably like a 17 kind of thing where it's the members and Bumzu, that's his name. For 17 albums, Bumzu's literally like all over it. I've literally known these girls for years and years and years, and there's just no way that I could have just not participated in getting their album on some sort, and I'm really grown to love it. It's not classic K-pop for sure, it's definitely like a different sound. They made 2 versions, but they're pretty small, and I'm also really excited because I've almost finished trading for everything I wanted to trade for in this album, and I feel like I didn't put in an extreme amount of effort. Of course I did half the trading with Zap for 7 Love, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm almost done collecting everything I want from this album. That's it for everything that I've gotten like recently. So go ahead and let me know if you like these kinds of videos when I talk about them. The original plan that I was like thinking of was not to release it, like release the second week of after the month has ended, because that gives me time to get any albums that might not have come in the mail yet, or any albums that I just got in, or if something comes out the last day, it gives me a little bit of time to get the album and listen to the album. And also I don't have to edit my top of the month and this at the exact same time. I can edit my top of the month and then take a break and then edit this. So I just thought that I would throw this video out there, let you guys know that this is kind of a plan that I had for a new type of video. I was planning on doing a new type of video this year, thinking of a new kind of thing to do, and this is what I've come up with. So let me know if you like it down in the comment section down below, and what your favorite albums have been recently. Let me know about that too, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!